Hello everyone, and welcome on back for another video here on my channel. Thank you as always for my returning subscribers for coming back and joining me on another one. And if this happens to be your first time stopping by, welcome to the channel. My name is Monet. If you do not know, I am 29 years old. I am single with no children, and here on this channel I am just dedicated to sharing how I am managing my financial journey. I have been on this journey for almost 6 years. We will be celebrating 6 years next month, which is crazy. And I just make these videos on this channel to encourage, inspire, educate people who want to learn more about budgeting, cash envelope system, and it's just something I never thought I could do. So I'm just so happy that this channel has flourished, that I have been able to do the things that I've been able to do. And if you've been here throughout the entire journey, thank you so much. But if you want to join, please be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, join the family, hit the bell so that you'll always be notified whenever I upload my next video, and give the video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. As for today, we are going to be getting into our regular cash envelope stuffing. I got paid today, so of course that means we have to budget our money. So if you're interested in seeing how I'm going to manage my first paycheck from my full-time job for the month of March, then just keep on watching. All right, so diving right into it. If we look at our bank slip, we see that we are working with a total of $635 that we will be cash stuffing today. Always want to mention, if this is your first time watching, that as I go through my videos and you see things that you like, most of all the products that I have is available within my website. I will put it up on the screen, have the link in the description, so be sure to check that out if you see anything you like. But we're going to get started by removing our binder and taking away the bank bag and the post-it. And I like to get started with my variable expenses that I keep within my wallet. For my cash envelope stuffings, I do not take out all of the cash from my paycheck. I just pull out the funds that I'm going to need for my physical cash, but I do break down my entire paycheck to share. So with this pay cycle, it's going to be 2 weeks worth of income from my full-time job, and we earned $2,566 for this paycheck. So I first explain the bills that I keep within my bank account that I didn't take the physical cash out for, and then I will cash stuff, and then I will share all of my savings transfers. So to start with the things that I keep within my bank account, the first thing is going to be my tithe. It's going to be $257 from this paycheck. It's always 10% of whatever I bring in. That's just a personal choice that I like to do, so that is my tithe for that. Following that, we get into my rent. So as I shared within my monthly reset, we are coming up on the last 2 weeks of my free rent for my move-in special for my apartment. So that basically means that half of this month is free, and then the other half of this month I'm going to pay for. So I just split my rent right down the middle, and then I break up my rent with both paychecks that I will receive for the month. So that means for today, rent is going to get $528 that I'm going to put to the side for the first half of that. After that, my next bill is going to be my internet. That's a fixed bill, always pay that, and that's $56 a month. And then the last thing is going to be gas for my car. I don't take the cash out for that because I always just pay on my phone. So that's going to be $30 allocated towards the gas bucket to add to whatever I still have left over. So in terms of my untangible bills, that is everything. And now we can get into the fun parts, which is cash stuffing for first my variable expenses. All right, so getting into the wallet, let's go ahead and take out my dividers. All right, and we are first going to get into my spending. Spending is going to get $80. So I'm gonna do a 50, a 20, and a 10. And spending is getting a little bit more just based off of how much I had left. I had $50 left, and I wanted to allocate a little bit more because I am having a little girls' night this weekend, or not this weekend, next weekend. And I'm super excited about it. I am having my best friend fly in, my mom is flying in, and then my cousin already lives here. So we're all gonna come over, be at my new place. This is gonna be my best friend's first time at my new apartment. We're all gonna hang out, have a good time. We're gonna do some things around town, and then my favorite thing, when all 4 of us get together, I wanna do an escape room. So I already told all the girls we're doing an escape room. It's on the agenda on top of us having like game night, movie night, and you know, some things that they wanna do. So I allocated a little bit more for spending in hopes that this will be enough, and I'm just super excited about them coming. I feel like I need a nice little detox. So adding $80 to my spending, that will now give me 50, 100, 20, 30. So that's 130. That's going to get me by for the next 2 weeks. After that, we move into groceries, and groceries is getting 150. So I'm gonna do 250s, 220s, and a 10, and that should give us 150. So that's 100, 20, 40, 50. And adding to this is the same thought. I do have to go grocery shopping. I'm gonna do that this weekend so that by next weekend I'll have everything and I don't have to go to the grocery store. But of course I want to get food, snacks, and all that for us. I want to be a nice, good host for everybody that's coming. So groceries will definitely be used. And since I'm becoming like a new little chef, I told you guys I've been meal prepping, making new meals and all that stuff, I have to cook. So now my mom wants to experience my food, my best friend wants to experience my food. So we will see how that goes. But adding 150, that will now give me 100, 150, 170, 190, 210, 230, 240, 245. So that's $245 for groceries, and that should be good. I did get a couple of things last week, so this week I just gotta replenish just to make sure it's enough for all 4 of us. Next we move into toiletries. Toiletries is getting $30. I'm gonna do a 20 and a 10. I don't think there's anything major I need to restock on, so 30 should be good. Based off of what I have left, now I have 20, 30, 40, 50. So that should be well enough for myself. Moving along, we have clothing. Clothing is only getting $10, not a major priority, but I still wanted to just add to it in case I ever get the urge to buy some clothing. So now that will give me 20, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65. So we have $65 within there. And then we have eating out, that is getting $40. Also added a little bit here just in case we eat out. I mean, most likely we won't, but just covering my bases because I am hanging out with my cousin this weekend and we're gonna go to the parks. So we might, have a little snacky snack, so I can take that out of here. And now we have 20, 40, 60. So $60 within there. And then in terms of my variable expenses, that is everything. So my cash dividers are fully stuffed for the next 2 weeks, which is great. And I'm gonna put them back in my wallet. And that is set. So now I know exactly what I need to spend my money on. So that is all we have for the cash dividers. And now we can move into my binder for my sinking funds. All right, so diving in for sinking funds. We first have annual payments, and that's going to be $25. So I have a 20 and a 5. And I did recently take money out of here because I do have a credit card, and it's like a travel rewards credit card, and you have to pay an annual fee each year. So I took out the money for that I was saving up within here, so it is a little bit less, but adding $25 will now give us 100, 150, 170, 190, 210, 230, 250, 270, 75. So $275 is within annual payments, and I'm sure something's coming up, so that will be used when it's needed. Following that, we get into car maintenance. That is getting $20, and I am in dire need of a car wash. There is a spider somewhere within my car because I constantly keep finding spider webs. I see it in the front seat, back seat, in the trunk. I don't know what's going on, but I need to spray it down, go to the car wash and clean it, and it is time. So I will be trying to do that this weekend. But here we see I have a $500 placeholder. This is something I made and something that can be found within my shop. It just basically lets me know that I have $500 in the bank, so I don't have to keep the physical cash here. So adding that, then we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 600, 5, 6, 7. So $607 in total we have within car maintenance. After that, we have car insurance, and that's getting $55. I did bring this down. I normally always put $75 each time I get paid, and I think it's because I was given too much money. When I changed the address from my cousin's house to where I am living now, my car insurance did go down, so I don't think I'm gonna have to pay as much, and I already have quite a few saved up already. So I brought it down slightly, and we will see how that comes comes to fruition when it's actually time to pay my car insurance in May. But I just felt like I was putting a little bit too much into car insurance, so I brought it down to $55 per paycheck, and we'll see how that shakes out. So adding that now gives me $100, $200, $300, $350, $370, $390, $410, $430, $450, $470, $480, $485, $490. So that's $490 within car insurance. All right, next we move into Christmas. Christmas is getting $25, and adding 25, that will now give me 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 110, 120, 125. So that's $125 within Christmas. After that, I did skip the next couple of sinking funds just because I wanted to give some more money to other places, and I didn't feel like these sinking funds are a priority, and they feel pretty good where they are right now. So the first one is gifts. That's not getting anything, and within this envelope, I have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 25. So $125. And nothing major is happening within gifts. I feel like the next holiday is Mother's Day, but I kind of already figured out what I'm doing with my mom for Mother's Day. So like I said, just wasn't a priority right now. I can skip it for this paycheck and it'll be fine. Another thing I also skipped was household. This has 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, $200 in there. Nothing major for my household that I need right now, and $200 is fine, so decided to skip that. Medical, we know that that's capped off at $540, so I haven't been adding money in there for quite some time. So the last thing is going to be travel, and that's getting $200. And we all know I am prioritizing travel. I mean, I always do. But now I'm really saving it for my 30th birthday celebration that's happening. But adding $200, that now gives me $500, again, that I have in the bank. And then 6, 7, 750, 51, 52, 53. So that's $753 that we now have saved up for travel. And I do still have to buy some plane tickets. I have to get my plane tickets for the J. Cole concert that I need to fly to, and I like to get those in advance when I can. So definitely will be working on that this weekend as well. But in terms of my cash envelopes and stuff in them, that is everything. As we can see, all the money is gone. So now we can get into my savings transfers. All right, so moving into my favorite part with my paycheck. It's the least exciting, but it's the most important thing that I like to see grow, so always want to include it. Main thing that we are focusing now for a savings priority is going to be my home fund. So with me not having to put my full payment of rent into these paychecks for this month, I am capitalizing on throwing as much as I can to my savings once again. So with this paycheck, we were able to put $560 towards our home fund, which is amazing, and that will now bring the balance to $1,565, and we are inching towards our $5,000 goal. As I said, that's a tentative goal that I set at the beginning of the year, but I feel like I might want to challenge myself a little bit more and bump it up. But either way, making great progress within there. And then the next thing after that is going to be my contribution towards my Roth IRA. I am going to allocate $500 towards that from this paycheck, and that will now put my total contribution so far at $1,925, and we are working towards that $7,500 goal. But in terms of my paycheck and every dollar that I budgeted, that is how I decided to do that, and that will complete our first paycheck for March. So as always, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you get something out of it. You're motivated, encouraged to do what you need to do for your own finances. If that is true, definitely let me know by giving the video a thumbs up and leaving some comments down below to let me know how you're doing. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't and you aren't a part of the family. You made it all the way to the end, so you clearly enjoy it. You might as well go ahead and click subscribe. I would really appreciate it. But as for today, that is all I have. I hope you all have a good day, have a good week whenever you're watching this, and I will catch you all next time within my next one. Bye guys.